talks with local artists and industry players in the music scene. So, Music Day Out, MDO, the annual event organized by Scape, is back to celebrate the local indie music community. So, it's returning for its third year, but in a hybrid format. So, it's a festival that supports and recognizes youth in Singapore's culture through curated programs and stuff to support homegrown artists. So this festival encompasses performances from a lineup of youth music talents and panel discussions with regional industry professionals. So Music Day Out is happening on the 18th to 23rd October in various venues at Scape. So visit the Scape website or follow their social media for updates and register your interest soon as slots are limited. So yeah, I think we're gonna start now. Hi.
Is that our cue? Sorry, I just decided to
Can we
yell.
actually see who we're talking to?
Hi.
What's up, everybody?
What is
Okay, so we are on an interface that I guess there are people listening, right? I assume there are people listening.
yes. I actually have the Facebook page on another screen, so I can see that we are being watched.
Yeah, by the way, if you just came in and y'all missed the first part of the intro, this is the Skate Music Day Out pre-event live stream. Okay, so we're going to be featuring performances, interviews, and talks with local artists and industry players in the music scene. So yeah.
Today. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. We're trying to be cohesive.
Oh no, I cannot hear.
Ben, you're doing the robot voice again. So Ben has been having like some problems with his mic.
Testing. I can hear everybody except Ben. Ready anytime. I think we can just start the site soon. So today we'll be sharing about content creation and and gene seizure, and we're going to be sharing a little bit more about our own content creation processes and things like that. And yeah, we can start off with Ben. Why don't you start?
Sure, yeah.
Oh no, I can't hear you though. You're all buzzy.
Oh no.
Okay, I can do it. So hi everyone, just pretend I'm Benjamin King. So we're going to be, but anyway, this one is about the Ann and Ben show about stuff, little tips about how we create music videos as a team, and we usually start off just to share with you guys with a ton of brainstorming. So usually we come together and we think of a bunch of topics, random topics. So we will go get lunch, buy some Thai fun, and then we will think about what we want to, write about. And if you guys have heard the Thai fun song, Ben really was eating Thai fun that day when we were writing down some of the ideas for topics that we wanted to tackle. So this is kind of a very impromptu process. We're just sitting down there and thinking of relatable topics and then types of music genres that might fit it. So we're just throwing out things and writing them down and then canceling them out. And then later we get to writing the songs. So usually we split the songs up. Somebody focuses on writing one more than the other so that we can work simultaneously and it'll be faster. And then after that we meet again and then we what do you call it, bounce ideas off of each other again one more time and then make everything even better. And then we will write the script as well from there. Usually once you get the song down, a lot of the visuals are also already settled actually. But again, we take turns to write. And then one of us takes over as a director. Ben, are you all good now? Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Never mind. Take over now, please.
I know of those points we've covered. But I also just want to add in that I think the whole title of the talk today is "Content is King," and I think that adage is so true. It's like you can save anything else, but if your content is crap, then your video is going to be crap, your project is going to be crap. If your song itself is just like ass, and then all the marketing dollar, is not worth it. Nothing is going to get you through the gate. So I would say the brainstorming for me is the most important. I think first of all, you want to find out like what your unique selling point is, what your blue ocean strategy is, without going into too much stuff. Like look up stuff like Ikigai, blue ocean strategy, trying to find out what works for you and you only. Just because Jean posts this certain TikTok or and Ben talk about bubble tea doesn't mean you have to do the same thing. I think it's all about finding what works for you and then just like driving that home and finding out how to sell that. So I think again, brainstorming is like the most important aspect. Let's say even if you're like pulling out a song and you're doing music, like have a sit down session with some of your most trusted creatives, do like a mind melt, like what ideas you can put into this big like porridge pot. Just stir that and just throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. I think that's the most important thing to explore. But to also know that your content is different and that it works for you. Yeah. But yeah, moving on. Obviously, I think sometimes it's good that the person who is writing it is also the director. Because for me, having a through line of creativity is very important. Sometimes, I mean, I'm not gonna name names or productions, but you see like great ideas, then like execute like you know what I mean, and then like edit like and then in the end it's like it could have been so good. The product was so good, but the execution was not good. So for me, sometimes if you have someone who is overseeing everything from a through line, whether you're a dramaturg or you're the writer itself, and then you eventually become director, and in our case, we have a very trusted collaborator who does our edits and co-directs with us at Cryer. So someone like that kind of holds it all together. So you have the creative intent from the start, and then when it gets to the end, you follow through with the idea, so it doesn't stray too far from what you intended. Yeah, so that goes into the last 2 points: shoot and edit. That's just execution, and I think knowing your tech, knowing avenues to explore further, even if it's a TikTok, like how to make it more engaging, and that's gonna drop. And actually, Jean's gonna drop some more incisive tips. But I would say like, again, making sure that the team that started out with the embryo of the idea is there to see it to the finish, because then I think that's a much stronger product that I've seen so far, and that we also try to implement moving forward. Yeah, wow, look at that. Just
it's actually not bad.
Hey, thank you very much. Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Brainstorming and writing. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think we actually have a video show, but I'm not sure whether the sound would be able to. But if not, it's okay. We can skip it. Okay, then let's skip this. We're moving on.
Oh my gosh, is it my turn?
Yeah, that's okay. Well, y'all just go watch our videos after.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess this is the part where I talk about making TikToks. Well, I guess like TikTok is interesting because it's really such a short format, as compared to a music video. Music video, you have like more than 3 minutes, but then for TikTok is much shorter. You have 15 minutes to 1 minute, and if you're lucky you get like 3 minutes, right? So I guess since we were talking about music videos, we'll just put it out there. Like if you have never done a TikTok, you realize that some people will actually tag like certain sounds or music tracks that are already trending and then mute it. Yeah, so this sort of like helps to bring your video up to more like more people will get to see that. Like, I mean, the algorithm sort of like helps you in that sense. When you use music that is trending, and yeah. So because it's only like what 1 minute or like 30 seconds, right? So you want to make sure that your video will catch the attention of the people who are scrolling. I mean, like, why would you stop scrolling when everything's happening at the same time, right? Which is why the next point is to just make sure that the first 5 seconds of your video is interesting enough for someone to stop scrolling. Okay. And I guess in some ways, like when you're on TikTok, like it's very much like every other platform, like it's very important to also be very very current, very aware of what is trending. I mean, you see like Squid Game is everywhere right now on TikTok. Yeah, and like that, a lot of people jumping onto that to bring their videos out there. So it's good to make like TikToks related to occasions or like relatable topics. Maybe like PM Lee said something, and then after that, everyone like jumps onto it and starts making TikToks about it. But also at the same time,
Jump
like
onto
it
the
can
TikTok. Jump onto the TikTok.
Oh,
yeah.
shucks. Damn. Oh yeah, but yeah, like I also do think that sometimes, however, it can also be very random. Your video could go viral for the most random reasons. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess once you're done with your TikTok, a good way of sharing it would be to of course like put it onto Insta stories so that your friends will help you. You can also send it to your friends over TikTok message, get them to comment. So the thing about like TikTok is that you need to make sure that there's a lot of engagement going on. You can't just like everybody's comments if there are any. Like it would be good for you to actually have a conversation. So like sometimes people argue on TikTok comments, right? And they think they're like but it actually helps the video brings the video up even more, because there's a lot of engagement going on. So I do have some like TikTok videos where people are just arguing over like very stupid things, right? But then it just keeps getting more and more views just because people are arguing.
I have this
so-
one TikTok where I said Malaysian food is better, and then I started this country war. So people are just fighting each other, and then
Very
it
smart.
suddenly wasn't
Very
about
Oh
me.
my
But yes.
god, it is true. You know what is mine? Mine is so basically, right?
What do you
because
do?
I didn't do anything. I
Now
just
I'm
like
curious.
because I like to put like POV the dollar bean blah blah blah. So like the thing is I only recently joined TikTok. I joined TikTok like in April, like really properly started doing it in April. And I just thought that the dollar bean was something that people did on TikTok. Like instead of writing like lesbian, they just write the dollar bean instead. I just thought it was a thing. And eventually I thought it was really cute because like when you put the speech to text function, right, it comes out like it pronounces the dollar bean instead of like whatever it is, right? So I thought it was damn funny. So I started tagging my videos like that, like caption like, oh, POV, the dollar bean, blah, 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 blah. And then now, right, the huge argument that's happening on my TikTok, right, is like, don't censor the word lesbian. We are not a slur. And I'm like, shit.
See what you've done.
No, it's a
See what you've done.
joke.
What did I? Yeah, I just thought it was cute. I just thought it was cute. So then they're like, oh, like TikTok will ban, like, shadow ban, like, these like words and all that. Like, yeah, we're not a slur, and like, yeah, I just think it's.
Yeah,
So
Gene, it's not a slur, Gene.
I really just thought the dollar bean was cute.
It was funny because when I was doing the one for Thai Fun, so I wanted
Yeah.
to do the voiceover as well. But then
Uh-huh.
whenever I put the voiceover, it's Kai fan, and so I had to like I had to type CHAIFUN, and then like I hit the title. and then
Oh,
so he goes,
wow.
That's how you do
write a
it.
song about Chai fan. I was like, He says write a song about Kai fan.
Can't
Wow.
fan.
Gotta
Oh, I
work the
love how you
phonetics of the-
circumvented that problem. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
You gotta
think
beat the
it's-
system.
I guess one of the most, I think all of us here can say that like we sort of found something that we do really well. It could just start off being random things. Like, because for me at least, like when I first started, I really don't know what to do for TikTok. And I was trying to do art, I was trying to put music. Then for like suddenly I just realized people like to watch me hit on them. So then
Yeah.
that's my thing, I guess.
Taking notes. Taking notes.
Maybe you should try it, Ben. You should do it.
I have a wife.
Oh,
But
yeah,
but
Sorry,
I guess man, it's just marketing, man. No, okay, but honestly,
Yeah.
I also want to brainstorm like how like you would especially if you're a musician, like, and you want to like want to put up a song, like utilizing TikTok. A lot of people just keep telling you and I can feel the stress as an indie or like an up and coming musician. Oh, I gotta do this TikTok thing. I gotta jump into this bandwagon to promote music. I just want to do music, and that's definitely a lot of resistance, and it might not work. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to push your song out even further, but I think it's no harm trying. And I say this because like it is an avenue to get your stuff out even further. And instead of thinking of it as a chore, like think of it as really another tool or weapon where you can be creative. Think of other ways to frame your song or frame your product. And don't just do like the cookie cutter ways, like, so I wrote a song, and then I guess that's easy too. But there are definitely other ways and avenues you can try to I guess narrate that song or that idea. It's not the evil that people make it out to be, and it's definitely something that you should try. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
How did I do for my
Let
presentation?
me move on.
Very, it's
beautiful.
bell
Everybody
curve.
clap.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's have a band as well. Okay.
Yeah,
So
this
anyway.
vlogging thing, this is Annette's territory, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about vlogging and doing YouTube channel kind of stuff. I mainly do a lot of sit in my house kind of vlog stuff, and I thought I would just share with those of you who are interested in creating content a little like that as well. If you're not into making, whether it's making skits or cutting TikToks together and stuff like that, you just think you have some interesting things to say and you want to set your camera up in your house and just start talking. So I just thought I would share a little bit about this. And honestly, I think talking for extended period of time to a camera is actually really, it takes some time to get used to, because it's not a person, like you cannot see a face. So I would just say be confident, and you can practice quite a bit also, and try your best to try your best to just plan some jokes, or just keep it casual, like when you're talking to your friend. Find something to laugh about, and let me see if I can go next. Yeah. And then also be as prepared as you can. So if whatever you want to talk about, let's say I did a video on, I recently did this house tour video. It's been a while actually. And honestly, I had to understand as much as I could about my house. So I did 2 videos. I did one where I toured the whole place. And I did another one where I shared a little bit more about my renovations as well. And so, of course, I needed to prepare myself on all the things about my house, even when it comes to like the nitty gritty, where I got this, where I got that, how much was this, how much was that. And so it's just gathering all that information so that when you decide to present something to a camera, you don't, get lost or fumble. And the last thing is actually writing a short script. So I think for the ones where I'm seated down and talking to my camera, sometimes I actually take pauses where I might refer back to my points in case I miss something out, and then I continue. And the beauty of editing is that you can make that seem like it never happened. Yeah. So so don't worry about that if you cannot remember how long it is. If you're trying to talk about something really long, or if you see my videos when I'm talking about all my renovation costs and everything, and you're wondering how did I talk for 20 minutes straight without referring to anything? Actually, I did. So yeah. Oh no, I just exposed myself.
Yeah. Now we know.
So yeah, these are just some things you can think about. And I would say, whatever you're talking about, just be passionate about it. I'm sure people will be able to tell that through whatever you say, and just practice and practice and practice. Yeah. And the more you speak to the camera, the more you get used to it, the more you get comfortable with it, and it'll get easier and easier over time. So next, you also try and ask your audience if they have any questions. I would say this is if you're doing something that, maybe it's a live stream. So I kind of like just incorporated that into a live stream thing, because sometimes I do live streams where I have to share some things and I have to ask audiences if they have any questions, or you can also just ask this at the end of your video, and then they would leave comments on your video and you can continue to engage with them. So it's kind of like an ending note for your video whenever you finish up, so that you can continue this conversation. Because at the end of the day, when you're talking to a camera, you're not really talking to a camera, you're talking to your audience, and asking them for any questions would allow them to, continue that conversation. So I'm gonna continue this. Oh my gosh, that'll be 4. Sorry, chapter 4. I'm just gonna close off with this thing about navigating online comments. It might get a bit serious, but I thought it was quite nice that just now we were talking a little bit about it also, about how Jean just said something and it was harmless, and then it went crazy. Just like how I also did this video, but it was supposed to be a joke about how the Malaysian version of all our similar food is better, and people went crazy, and then Singaporeans were like, no, this, that, and then the Indonesians came in, and it was a whole fight. Guys, peace, world peace. Okay, it's just food. We can still love each other and have different food preferences.
But it's just fun to fight about that. I think I dropped a comment as well. Yeah, I was like,
oh no, you just want to go and like throw a punch at someone.
Typhon superior, just like stir shit.
So I feel the funny thing, right, about, and the interesting thing actually about new media and online content creation is that, unlike last time TV, everything, right, you get comments straight up immediately, within seconds, within days, and people just say it to you with no filter at all. And it's so strange, because last time when we used to watch TV when we were kids, right, then all these shows that come up, and then if you don't like something, the creators and the actors or whatever, they will never be able to hear what you say. So true. It's just interesting that in this world now of online content creation, there's this other aspect where it's good and bad at the same time. It's a pro and a con, where people can connect with you so immediately and so directly, but sometimes they can get a bit negative and it can get pretty dark. So I would say, if it's just some advice, is to just remember that whatever people say online about you, it really doesn't define you, and you should always try your best to be encouraging as encouraging as you can to others, and remember that you're loved by the people in your real life, and you shouldn't let these online comments from different people about your content matter to you. Okay, and last thing, thank you. I also try my best to find time to disconnect from the internet. So as content creators, I was talking, I don't know, maybe it was another presentation I did, and I was asked what's my screen time. Actually, do y'all know your screen times, Ben and
Oh
Jean?
my, let me see.
Oh no.
Hey, check, Ben, I'm curious.
Jose.
Where do you go? Health.
No, you go settings, then you.
Settings.
But you can just search screen time.
Oh. Screen time.
Very scary.
Oh no, I don't want your. I'm very scared you're contradicting my
What
point.
is my screen time?
Wait, what's my screen time? Wait, are you finding it? Because I can't find it.
You gotta turn it on. I don't have mine.
Oh, so yours is off.
But
Okay.
I do have an Instagram setting that tells me I spent an hour on Instagram.
Hey, but that's okay. I think that's fine. That's all
Because
right.
I've been stalking people too much. It's time to stop stalking people.
Jean, what about you?
I'm still trying to find. Is it got space or no space? I think no space.
There's space.
Got space. Okay. Screen
Okay.
time.
Oh, you found it?
Oh dear.
If it's too high, then you need to take my advice. Okay, for my.
What's your
following
daily
step.
average?
Mine is 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
Wait, how do you find? You go to settings, is it? I love
Yeah,
how
you go to
doing
settings.
this now. Like,
Yeah.
but it tells me I gotta turn it on.
Okay.
Well, mine is Well, my
Right.
daily average is 9 hours and 41 minutes.
Okay, so this next part is for Jean as well.
Then
So
you will listen to this, yes.
basically, a lot of people are surprised that for the amount of content I create on the internet is I actually don't have a very high screen time.
9 hours.
Um,
Ah.
Oh no.
and I think because it's very important for me to try not to get so you know
Yeah, it's true.
sucked
And that
into
takes
the
very long
world.
to reply the text messages that I sent her. It takes
Ah.
sometimes
Yeah,
like
because
one
I'm
day.
out, going
Yeah,
for
very
a
good,
jog
very good.
in the
Oh.
park,
Very well
or
done.
I'm reading a book,
Or you're playing
or
violin
maybe I
like the
just don't want to
photo.
reply then. Okay, I'm just sorry, what?
Playing violin like the
It's
photo.
it's funny because like your
Playing
I mean
violin.
like you have a reason, but for me it's like even though my screen time is 9+ hours, I don't reply people very well.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just
Social anxiety. Yeah.
yeah,
Normalize
exactly.
blue ticking people.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't reply. I always reply you, Ben, even though if I might take
You
a
always
little
reply
longer.
me at least 2
Yes,
days late, but you still do.
I don't.
Then
Sometimes
later,
I'm
later,
actually
there's the
very
more
fast.
heart shapes it is. Just
This
like
is
the
very
guilt.
much
Sometimes,
this
sometimes
is very
I'm
much
very
like
fast.
the my TikTok comment page where people start arguing.
Oh yeah. We are
Yeah.
your TikTok comment
Yeah.
page.
But
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So if you're planning to be a content creator, or if you are a content creator, try your best to have some hobbies or activities that you do that's outside of your internet. Yeah, and for me, I like going out and going for a short jog and everything, because that for me is the most tangible way of seeing like a real world, like things that are touchable. Oh, the trees and everything.
Yes.
And yeah, like have some things that you do that are not specific to, you know, have digital devices.
Mm.
And yeah, just be conscious not to make the online world your whole life. So I think we are done.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
taking my own advice to have some Q&A time and asking your audiences some questions. So yeah, does anybody have any questions? How do
Uh,
we access the questions actually?
Cool.
yeah. Oh. Oh, sorry. We're listening to the voice.
Do you
in
have
our head.
any questions, David?
Yeah, sure. But I guess I can also add on to this point. I think the whole discussion about content is king, and on a platform like Music Day Out and Skate, where it's mostly like musicians and people starting out, creatives. And this might sound super weird coming from a guy who sold out very, very
Wow, I
elegantly.
don't mind
But
that.
hey, no, but I mean, I embraced it, and I think also like there are ways that you can definitely embrace the platforms, but also stay true like to the craft that you're doing. One of my favorite creators, what is his name? There's a bassist called Benjamin Ma in the scene, as well
Oh,
as a
yes.
drummer called
Oh, yeah.
Fireweed.
Yeah.
And they've really embraced the content. So what they do is they post up like videos of them like drumming and stuff, but then there's like running commentary underneath, or they just make fun of themselves, and the videos do very well. So I think like
That's cute.
it's always a good way to just explore what feels natural to you, what serves your craft as well. But yeah, I mean I do like seeing musicians kind of like bucking the trend and trying new things and like and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, also I would say that like there are people who have bludgeoned one concept to death. You know what I mean? Like they'll do one style of like content and then they do it until like 2 years already. Then okay,
It's still the same.
time to move on. I'm not trying to shade anyone here, but like I think the fun of it is also exploring different styles and different ways you can like vary up your content. Because
Yeah.
not bored, man. I'll be super bored. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
would want to just
sure.
try new things and
I
Yeah.
heard the school of thought that says as a content creator, you try your best to follow this kind of rule that goes one for yourself and one for the audience.
ooh.
Because actually, if you think about it, the reason why some people do a same thing over and over again, like you say, bludgeon it to death, right? It's because the audiences liked it to begin with.
Mhm.
And so you're
Yeah.
just giving the audiences what they want. But I think a lot of times as creatives, you want space to think of something new and fresh.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so it is kind of scary though to just want to do something new and fresh, and the audiences might not like it or something. So
Yeah.
having a 50-50 might be okay, because if you start to not like something, not like doing something maybe that the audiences really like, and you completely give that up, then you just try all your new things, and you might lose your entire audience completely. So
That's true,
you
that's
still give
true.
them what they want, but you also
That's-
have slot in some new things here and there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's also a lot of power in test viewership. I think like not being afraid to like
Mm.
just get a selection of friends to go and say, okay, how does this feel to you guys? Which is what we did actually for one of the episodes for
True.
Ed and Ben, where we were worried that like
We'll
we
get
were
cancelled.
toying the line of danger.
Oh.
And so we decided to like test viewership, but also on the day of shoot we decided to like cull an entire verse and change a lot of stuff, because like
Yeah, I think that helped. Yeah.
we were like, oh, I remember I woke up and I was like, I think we need to shave this song off because like quite dangerous. Yeah, I guess the other point is also don't be afraid to like to make mistakes and to change them. No matter how late. I think it's always better to like be honest with yourself as opposed to like having a bad idea and then just like, you know,
Just going for it.
the egg rotten already, still want to eat. Like, yeah. It's true.
We have a question.
Yeah.
Is it Joey?
Oh, we
Are
have a
there any
question?
other? Yeah, Joey's asking, are there any other artists you would like to collab with?
Yeah. Everyone in this chat, let's do it. It's the Perm
Let's
Hair
do
Gang.
Yeah.
Oh no, my hair's not perm, but I curl it.
Yeah.
sometimes. It's
Nice.
permed in this
Yeah.
like.
No, but like
Chinese people curling their hair.
Hey.
Wow, I feel attacked.
Oof.
Yeah, who would you guys like to work with?
I would love to work with
Honestly,
y'all.
I don't know.
actually.
Everybody. Sorry, what do you say?
I would love to work with y'all's. I want to be the
Aw.
Ted, you know?
The
I
what?
love-
What?
I love how Ted is just the common, like he's the random Korean, the Angmo man.
Oh yeah. The guy writes himself into everything.
I
Yeah,
love it.
Okay, not how we do it lah.
we should definitely
But
do
yeah,
something.
he's so funny.
Okay, do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ted-
besides
I think we love like bringing our friends in into stuff.
That's so cute. I love that. It's so
Mm.
fun. I love working
Yeah,
with friends.
come,
It's so
come join
nice.
us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
Join us next time.
Yay.
yeah,
Okay.
other thing about working with friends as well, I realized that like most of my career is built on the backs of working with friends, which is a contentious thing because sometimes it doesn't always work out. And I've got a lot of comments from people saying that I can't work with friends because like I can't play like that. Like it's gonna end up in an argument or a quarrel, or it's gonna end badly. And
I was in them lah. They say.
yeah. So
Mm.
I mean, I think while I do agree, I feel like there's always if you can come to the table being super constructive, then you can make use of the friendship, because I feel like friends are very honest with each other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like, I think it's very important to develop a friendship with any of your collaborators or co-workers or so, whether it's the crew or the grip or like the director and anybody. Yeah. In fact, yeah, I've built a career off like leveraging off friends. So thank you to all my friends who have like inadvertently gave me a career, including you guys. So thank you. But yeah, I think there's so much value in working with people that you like.
I think it's different. I think because some people feel they cannot work with friends, and some people can, right? And I don't think it has to do with it's like a sweeping rule, like it's bad if you work with your friends.
Yeah.
But it just depends on what their work ethic is like.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
honestly, I feel because you see, right? Because you can be friends with everybody technically, really, but it's a different thing when you have to work with them. Like there's a whole separate like part of things which you've never touched before. So
Yeah, for sure.
it really just depends from situation to situation. Yeah.
Jean, were you friends with the Apex guys before you joined them, or did you?
I was like long time ago, and then when we made the whole Apex thing, it was like randomly out of nowhere. My old friends decided to ask me to do it, so we actually went into this whole thing like as if it was a business already.
Nice.
So it's a bit different, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But I
obviously.
do get like like some people really like some friends just don't mix well when you're working with them, whereas some are okay. Yeah.
But I think it's nice because friends always generally want the best for you as well. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot
Mm,
of
yeah.
self-serving individuals. I'm not again, I'm not trying to shade anybody. I'm just saying that's why working with friends has such value add, because you can obviously you genuinely want them to do well, and vice versa. So I think, yeah, but obviously knowing who you're working with and who you're getting into, yeah, um,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's a new question. What is the
What?
question?
Hi,
Who do you
Joe.
watch religiously on TikTok?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I watch so many people.
Uh,
Should I talk about Singaporean creators?
yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
Yeah,
yes.
let's support local. Um, okay, so this guy is actually my ex-colleague and he's freaking funny. I feel his TikTok is so underrated. Okay.
Who's
His
this?
his his name is
Who?
Zaki, and so it's like Zaki V4.
Is that AKI? Oh yeah. Okay.
TikToks about like judging people based on different things, but it's a lot of them is very cultural. Like he goes like um judging what your judging people based on their nasi padang order,
Yeah.
or judging people based on how they eat prata, or judging people
I love
um
that.
yeah, and okay, and then he did this whole, I don't know. It's just I love how it's so rich with his Malay heritage,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
look at
also just so funny. Like I love it, and he will throw in random Malay words here and there, and I love it. It's so funny, and I also I also watched this other uh local creator called Ian Jivan,
Yeah. Jeevan.
and he also makes like full Vasantam soap operas on
Oh my goodness. I'm following all of them.
Ian Chuban. It's so funny.
I'm following this account called We Rate Dogs. It's this dude who
We
just
rate dogs.
he's just rating dogs, and it's so
And
funny because
oh
his comments
gosh.
will be like, this is because the dog, right? I'll show you. The dog is like treading on water, but then the dog is kind of like standing up, and then
Oh
he's like,
God.
the caption is, "This is awkward. We actually don't rate water kangaroos. We only rate dogs. Please send dogs. Thank you. 14 out of 10." It's like the caption
Oh
is
my god.
super
14
funny.
out of 10.
Please send dogs, not kangaroos. 14 out of 10.
So cute.
Super
That's like
cute.
there's this, was it Try Guys or something? They have a series where they also rate people's dogs or something. Oh,
Yeah.
I also follow Shafika Sharpleys on TikTok.
Yeah.
She's also hilarious. And
Love.
um what else? Okay, I follow this over Chinese guy. I think he's from like China. I think it's like Douyin that he just upload onto TikTok,
Oh, okay.
and he makes
Yeah.
in different inventions, and they're all horrible inventions that actually work. Yeah,
Shit.
it's like he had this one where he says, oh, you know, it's always very scary to go to the toilet at night. So I invented this, and it's very good. And at a certain time when you go to the toilet, then you open the toilet seat. Then it's like boom, then the whole toilet becomes like disco because he set up lights. It's a sensor that's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just
I
useless.
love that.
Yeah. Or
Actually, we
like
should
an
shout out-
alarm clock that slaps you till you wake up.
Oh,
or
I need that,
something.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, I follow this guy, Adrian Bliss. I'm not sure if you guys know, but he does like all these weird skits with costumes, and then like it's the most like the way he acts, right, is super awkward. He would talk, but then he would look at
I
the
love this
camera.
guy so much. I love him.
You like the guy?
I'm gonna search
It's,
it.
I'm on the arc, and there's no more space. He's damn cute.
So he does stupid shit like Mona. There's this one he does like Mona Lisa's famous eyes. So he was cosplaying as Mona Lisa, and then he was just like looking at everyone go
Yeah.
by, and then after that he like missed out one person, and then the person is just like, "Excuse me, like I thought your eyes supposed to follow me," and he's just like, "I
This
already follow every." Yeah.
He's so
Yeah,
good.
look.
He's so good.
It's such
Actually,
a
we should also
stupid-
shout out this local creator
Oh,
called
yes.
Mingwei. So Mingwei
Oh
Oh,
yes,
obviously
I
yeah.
is
follow
Yeah.
Mingwei as
the
well.
legend.
He's
But I just
really
want to
the
say that
legend.
like he's really been able to like monetize it, man. Like he's got a whole company now with about 9 to 10 people on his payroll.
Oh.
He's doing it for a living right now. He's
Good
moving on to
create.
like different kinds of content. Dude's
Yeah,
killing
he's
it.
really dedicated. The guy films a TikTok almost every day or something like that. Yeah,
I can't do that.
I can't do
Damn.
that. I need a
Yeah.
break sometimes.
Yeah, but he's young, you know what I
For
mean?
more than a day sometimes.
He's
Yeah.
young.
26.
So
Yeah,
he's
this
very
guy-
dedicated.
This guy's
Yeah.
very dedicated. Yeah, so
Amazing.
props to Mingwei, and he does that
Yeah.
one concept super well.
Mhm.
And I really worry for his head because he keeps getting whacked in the head from random context. It seems fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Are
But
there
yeah,
any more questions?
Oh, which Mingwei is this? Oh, it's not the Mike
Mingwei
Capella one.
rocks.
Mingwei
Yeah,
rocks.
Mingwei
Yeah.
rocks, not the Mike Capella one. Eh?
Oh no, not that.
That one different.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. What are your future plans? I want to ask. What are you guys going up to, and future content plans? Anybody?
I just made a web series. And
Oh wow!
Oh.
Ben's in it because
way.
because Ben made me sign a contract, right, where I need to cast him for every single thing I do from
Hey
now
man.
on.
Yeah.
Like forever. No,
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Serious?
Why would you? I'm so glad you
Like,
cannot
where is this
come out
contract?
with a contract like that. Yeah. Or maybe you might. Right?
Now that you've given him the idea.
That's right.
Okay. No.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, we just shot
Nice.
web series. We shot it right before I flew off. I was on holiday last 2 weeks, and it's a mockumentary. It's a 5-episode mockumentary web series.
love it.
It's about a billionaire family and them navigating their rich people problems. So it's like Crazy Rich Asians,
Okay.
but a documentary version and more Singaporean.
That's
I
cool.
love that. I'm excited. When is it coming out?
Hopefully by the end of the year. Yeah.
Are you editing it right now? Like,
Yes, I'm going in for
sit-ins.
first look tomorrow.
Nice.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday. Sorry.
So exciting.
And then
Wow.
yeah, it is. You're a great
Yeah.
fan in it, really.
Nice.
I want to
And
watch it.
I hope you like it. And then we what is that? Oh yeah, so it's hopefully coming out by the end of the year. And I'm also working on some new music stuff, like just writing. But
Nice.
that's about it. How about y'all?
Gene, what you up to?
At the moment, I am trying to decide what to put out next. So, in short, like nothing much for the music side. Yeah, just trying to see what's the next
La
step
Dollar
to take.
Bean, let's go. Let's
The Dollar Bean, and
the
then
Dollar
start a
Bean
whole
music.
war. Just start doing rap music and then use the moniker, change it to the Dollar Bean.
Actually, that's a
Dollar
fly rap name.
I wanted
be
to do
honest.
it, but then now I
Dollar-
don't know. See how.
I don't think it's taken.
Yeah, just working out. That's all.
Yeah, I know. You're insanely fit. It's so scary.
You are you a personal trainer, Jean?
Yeah, I am. I
Yeah, you
am.
are, right?
Yeah,
Personal
but I
training.
do more of like oh yeah, maybe I was thinking about like maybe starting to work on
You should,
because
yeah.
I always do all the music stuff, so then I'm thinking of working on other things also, so could be
They've got
fitness.
those creators that just shout at you like trying to motivate you but get really angry on TikTok. And it's like,
Oh,
what are you doing?
okay.
What are you sitting down? Wake your ass up. Then I was like, okay, wake up already.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I ran out of ideas recently, so I've been making.
What about you, Ben? What you
Yeah, what
working
are you
on?
doing?
And I gotta spay my dog, de-sex her. Sorry, this is the most random thing. I
Nice.
gotta make sure that she doesn't get pounced on by the boys at the dog sitters. So I gotta protect my girl. Again, I'm at a crossroads of like multiple projects, but it's a good place to be. Shooting new music stuff. And contemplating the prospect of a bit more NN Ben season 2. Should we do something?
Yeah, we are
Nice.
about
We
to
get
do
a-
that as well.
Yeah, there's only so many genres we can tahan and
I love it
before
though.
we explode. Yeah, I think the fun of it was just like, okay, how do we even do this genre? You know what I mean? Like try to figure out how to make it like not like lame, but like a decent attempt at a genre.
Yeah, the thing is,
Um,
I think it's so amazing how like the music actually turned out really good.
No,
though it's
thank
like
you.
a
It was
joke,
super
but it's like
Ben,
super stress. It was super stress.
amazing.
No, but it was fun. Also, like I was telling Annette, like we didn't want to proceed with the bubble tea one until we found like a good rock song, some good
Uh,
rock samples, and like try to
Yeah,
track
rock
good
sample.
bass and everything. So like, yeah, it took a while, but yeah, I think that's the fun of
amazing.
it. We'll round up the gang, get some friends, get you involved, see what we can do.
Oh my god, yes,
Season.
please. Please.
Yeah, so much to make fun of in Singapore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I want to tell this as well. Is like the moment Taifan blew up, like Annette and I have been inundated with like, and we love this by the way. Like I'm so glad.
Everyone's been showing us their Thai fan orders.
Yeah, and kids singing
Every
it, and then
day.
like aunties and uncles. Like I was at President Star Charity, right? And then like
Uh.
Zoe Tay was there, so I went to go and bow to her. I don't know why I bowed to Zoe Tay,
Why
but
you
like
bow to her?
Bow to
because
her.
Sandra once bowed to Zoe Tay, then I feel like I need to bow to Zoe Tay. So anyway, I bowed to her backstage. Then she looked at me, she, hey, 这个那个. Then I like, what?
Hey, isn't that a huge
Oh my
honor,
god,
though?
Louis she
That's
won
Yeah.
that.
It's pretty cool, but
Hey.
that's all I'm known. Yeah, it's all I'll be known for. But it's great.
Took
And
another-
then recently we've got a lot of client offers that have to do with that
Taiwan.
generation of like
Love it.
writing for Abalone, all this kind of stuff. Like a lot of
You see, this is the thing. That's how amazing it is, right? Like when you have a concept and then it blows up, and like the opportunities that come pouring in after that is like,
yeah. Now I got to figure out how to do that. Just like oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
how to filter.
Yeah.
Okay, there's actually one more question that just came in.
Oh,
Yeah, cool.
As people who have been working in the industry for a while, what do you all think about the future of our local arts, local media and arts industry?
sorry.
I think we can actually close off with this question because we're almost
Yeah.
heading
Ah,
towards
okay.
8:30, and this is a nice concluding question. I
It's a
guess.
good question. I feel like
Yeah.
especially like for example like Jean, you've done like so many different things. You've worked with like
Yeah, you've been
um,
doing it since you were a kid, right?
got like
Like,
3
Yeah.
bands. Yeah, exactly. You are
gosh.
elder statesman already.
Well, I do think that like now compared to back then, like we really have so much more going on and so much more possibilities because of like technology, and there are more like more people just coming out with content or like giving opportunities for our local musicians to do more things also. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Retweet.
yeah, I think yeah, I think I do think about this a lot, and it's kind of I was telling you guys about this show I was working on, the mockumentary, and I guess I would because you know when Crazy Rich Asians came out, Singaporeans were really excited, but I think one thing that Singaporeans were a bit I don't know about was the fact that it wasn't very Singaporean because ultimately it wasn't made by a Singaporean, it was made by an American company, and
Yeah.
it was in that voice, which totally makes sense because that was the market, right? And then same for when Singapore Social came out. I remember a lot of people felt that it also wasn't very Singaporean. And
Yeah.
again, because it wasn't made by a Singaporean, it was made by Americans, and it was for the American market. And I just wanted to try and create something and have a snapshot of
Yeah.
what a Singaporean life is like in a show
Yeah.
that is more accurate from our voice and how a Singaporean would tell a story. And that was what really motivated me, I would say, to write that show. Yeah, and I do think that we all are able to now, with like we said, you know, content creation online and everything. You don't have to make a whole show. You can just make like TikToks and stuff like that, and it will be able you can showcase our unique culture through your work, and you don't even need a lot of money. You just need your phone and just film stuff. And yeah, that's kind of how I think we can all slowly, step by step, start to build content that shines light on our culture, because I guess we're all proud of it. You know, we want to be proud of how unique we are. We want to be proud of our Thai fan, and we want the rest of the world to see it. Yeah.
I actually have a strange, like, you know the feeling when you scroll through Instagram or like everything or TikTok, and then you see all these creators, even locally, and you get this sense of like at the same time admiration, but also a bit of like fatigue, because like everything's been done or is getting done right now, and in a very good way. I feel like there's so much avenues, so many opportunities, so much. I mean, not a lot of funding yet, but like there's a lot of people doing stuff, you know. And then you eventually go like, wow, this whole scene is just like, it's so rich, and you at once you long for more demand, you long for more audience, but at the same time you're like, wow, where do I fit in? You know, like what do I do to make myself stand out? What do I do to do anything? And so I just want to let people know so that I like very much so feel that way as well. You know, even being like a contributing member of like a content creator. I think there's a very robust music scene. I can't really speak a lot for it because like I'm a pop musician, but I would say like overall, in terms of like creators, filmmakers, there's so much more untapped ground, and I feel like we are so focused on what we think works in a social media sphere. And I know this whole is quite the antithesis to this talk about how content is king, and we're trying to get something that does well, successful, and viral. But I also feel like there's so many more avenues for subculture these days, because like everyone's online and the pandemic has forced all of us to just consume stuff online, that there's so much more room for subcultures and growing of like more obscure things that can also work commercially. I feel like also in Singapore, you're either a Jack Neo or like you're a, I mean, okay, no shade, but like you're a Bu Junfeng. Junfeng is great and like he's amazing what he does, but Junfeng can also do NDP. You know what I mean? And I feel like across that spectrum, there are so many artists that are either or. You're either like super commercial or you're like, screw that stuff. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And I feel like there's not enough people traversing both. Because I feel like to grow the
Yeah,
scene,
it's got to find that middle ground.
100%. And you need people who to be the bridge, who can create good art, good content, but also something that's commercially viable.
Commercial,
that can
yeah.
sell. Yeah. Only then will you increase commerce, like increase like demand. And then there's a more robust situation where you can create weirder content that's more subculture. But until we get to the point where people are okay to cross that bridge, it feels very like, oh, this is my team. You know, I'm like, I'm too cool for this stuff. Or like the commercial people, like, oh, the indie people, like you guys don't want to make money, just want to make art for art's sake. So I think there needs to be a more like, hello, we're friends, hold hand and experiment more on both sides. And like maybe we're not necessarily the evils you make us out to be on both ends. Yeah, that's my rant. Sorry, rant over.
It's great. It's very nice to like be inspired by it also.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's no manual that says you can only pick one side, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people don't like you for it, then whatever, lah, screw them. You know, do you, but also just explore more, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think we are gonna wrap this up. So thank you everybody who's tuned in. We had so much fun chatting and we had so much fun answering your questions and sharing with y'all a bit of our processes. Hopefully you learned something cool. So once again, this was the Skate Music Day Out pre-event live stream. So we have performances, interviews, and talks with local artists and industry players in the music scene. So if you're interested in Music Day Out, which is the annual event organized by Skate, it's happening on the 18th to 23rd October in various venues at Skate, and you can visit the Skate website or follow their social media for updates. It's at SkateSG for Instagram. And yeah, you can register your interest soon as well because slots are limited.
Sweet.
So thank you guys. Thank you
Very
everybody.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Thanks Jean, thanks Ben, thanks
Thank you.
David.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.